Hi, and welcome to the Virtually Yours podcast, Outsourcing Mysteries Exposed, the no BS hustle-free podcast for business owners who outsource or provide outsourcing services. I'm your host, Rosie Shiloh, virtual assistant advocate and owner of Virtually Yours, the virtual assistant network. Let's get started. Hi, welcome to this episode of Outsourcing Mysteries Exposed. I am your host, Rosie Shiloh. Today, I want to talk to you about taking on a new team member. So when you're working with a new virtual assistant, so they don't have to be a virtual assistant who is new to running a business, but new for you. When we have someone who comes on board in our business, there's a lot of things that can feel stressful and overwhelming, and it can be very easy to simply look at it from the perspective of your own situation. And what I do sometimes see evidence of is that people forget what it's like to be a new person in a new job. And even though the role is as a contractor, whenever we're talking about using a virtual assistant, it's still a new task and learning about a new person and a new business. So yes, you're showing them your business undies, and that can be a little bit intimidating. You're having to invest your time to talk to them about what it is you need and educate them about the processes that you have in place and the goals that you're trying to achieve. And this is all a little bit, can be a little bit stressful for you. But to add to that, I want you to think about the shoe that is on your VA's foot. So the first thing I want you to think about when you're hiring a new virtual assistant to work with you is that the information that you give them may seem very, very simple to you and obvious, but it is all new information to that virtual assistant. So the information about how your business works, what you're trying to achieve, things that you have scheduled coming up, things that worked well in the past that you'd like to continue with, who your clients are, what your strategies, your marketing plans are. There are so many things about your business that you completely take for granted because you know them. And sharing that information is really important, but you need to remember that it is a lot of information for one person to take on. So assuming that they can take that all on in one hit or being told the information once is probably not ideal. Even if you're going into a workplace, even if you are a high-level executive, there are going to be areas where people need to tell you things more than once. And it doesn't mean you're stupid. It doesn't mean you're not listening. It means that you're normal and your brain can only absorb so much information. So please remember this when you're working with a new team member. Of course, as that new team member comes on board, they're going to have a significant learning curve. And with learning curves, we are going to have mistakes. And that is half of how we learn, which is great. What we want is small mistakes that they can learn from, not big ones. And while the little mistakes can be frustrating for you, they are great because they are little. They're going to happen no matter what, because no person is infallible, is perfect in every way. And as I said, they've got a lot of information they're taking on board and they're doing the best they can. As you get to know each other, after a while, all of what comes natural to you will start to come naturally to them, but you've got to give this time and be patient. They are also trying to impress you. And that is stressful. So a new virtual assistant coming on board to help you is thinking, oh my gosh, this is such a big responsibility. I really love what this person is doing in their business. I'm excited to be working with them. I want to do the best job possible. And there's this heightened, stress level for them, which is, hard for them to control because it is normal, it is natural. And it is going to make it a little bit harder for them to make rationalize reasonable decisions around what they're doing for your business, because as we all know, we can't be fueling the emotional side of our brain as well as the logical planning side of our brain. So in a new job with someone who you're excited to be working with, you're trying to impress them, there's going to be opportunity there for mishaps to occur. And these are all normal and natural, and they are going to happen. It doesn't matter how fantastic each of you is that's in this relationship. What matters is that you're both kind and patient with each other, and there is no finger pointing, there is no assuming, and there is a lot of patience, kindness, respect, and willingness to keep on repeating things that need to be repeated if there's a lot of information that's being absorbed. And of course, there's going to be a point there where you don't want to be repeating things again and again and again. That's common sense. But when you say something once or maybe twice and it hasn't been heard yet, give it another go, because, as I said, a lot of information that they're absorbing, a lot of intimidation sometimes, and this absolute desire to impress you can be quite overwhelming. So please be kind, please be patient, and while you're running around showing them your business undies, and that's scary, please remember to put, your perspective of this relationship and how it's working in the side of that virtual assistant, and try to relate to how they might be feeling. So that's my tip for you today. I just wanted to reach out and let you know that even if you're both amazing, wonderful, highly skilled people, there's still going to be some mistakes made, and you need to accommodate for that and be okay with it, because it's just normal. It's life. And I want you to be able to get through that so that you can enjoy that point when you do actually feel like you know each other and the way each other works really, really well, because that's when all the magic happens. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye. Hey, thank you for listening to the Virtually Yours podcast, Outsourcing Mysteries Exposed. Between now and our next session, I know you're going to be hanging out to take some action on outsourcing in your business, so head on over to virtuallyyours.com.au and you can download some information there about the best ways to outsource for business growth. If you're a virtual assistant, make sure you join us. We have an amazing virtual assistant community at Virtually Yours, Aussie VAs connecting and helping each other grow. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you at the next podcast.